You're watching KOMO News.
An alleged attacker arrested tonight. The person accused of assaulting two baristas is now behind bars. What we've learned about the suspect and what police say motivated him to carry out those attacks. And setting sail from Seattle, how much revenue the city can expect from cruise season and the health concerns now the port is taking to keep passengers safe. Plus,
cooling temperatures could lead to some frost formation in some communities. I've got a look at the frost advisory ahead.
Everett police have arrested a suspect in the attacks of two baristas this past week. Thanks for joining us all on this special digital edition of KOMO News. I'm Michelle Esteban. The first incident happened at the Lady Espresso stand on Evergreen Way last Sunday. The second attack happened on Wednesday at Steamy Shots Espresso, just a few blocks away. KOMO's Ryan Sims is live at the Snohomish County Jail where the man is now being held. Ryan, what do we know about this guy so far?
Well, Michelle, first off, we know that he's 23. Among the possible charges is assault with sexual motivation. Now, given a charge like that so drastic, it's no wonder why he is locked up here in Snohomish County. This arrest comes after Everett police plastered this suspect's photo at coffee stands throughout the city, hoping for any information about him.
We encouraged employees to share the flyers with their communities, with their employers, with their coworkers. We encourage them to stay alert, to call 911, even if they have, a bad feeling. Exact details of how this arrest happened are still unclear, yet Everett police say the suspect was identified by several people in the community. As we reported, these two attacks happened at different coffee stands in Everett. In both instances, female baristas said the suspect barged into their businesses and then tried to assault them. Victims in those cases had to fight the suspect off, and from there, he ran away. After days of searching for that man, Everett police announced they located and arrested him. Among the possible charges he's facing, assault with sexual motivation, burglary, and trespassing. Again, legal process just starting in this case. He is expected to face a judge for the first time on Monday. Coming to you live from Everett tonight, Ryan Sims, KOMO News.
Ryan, thank you. Seattle police have arrested a domestic violence suspect after a standoff with officers and SWAT teams around 1:30 this afternoon. Police got a tip that a recent felony sexual assault and DV suspect was in the 7900 block of Rainier Avenue South. Around 3:30, police were able to arrest that suspect for investigation of kidnapping and rape. Seattle police say the suspect will be booked into the King County Jail. One person is in the hospital after they escaped a house fire in Snohomish. It happened early this morning right in the 2900 block of 152nd Drive Northeast. Witnesses reported hearing explosions and then seeing flames. When fire crews arrived, they found a one-story home fully engulfed. A resident of the home was found in the neighbor's yard with burn injuries. They were taken to the hospital, but their condition tonight is unknown. Firefighters managed to put the fire out in half an hour. The Snohomish County Fire Marshal's office is now investigating. Taking a live look at the cruise terminal at Pier 66 in Seattle. Cruise season has officially set sail, and it's predicted to bring in a lot of tourist dollars for the city, the busiest season yet. The Port of Seattle says between now and October, nearly 2 million cruise ship passengers will come through the city. It's expected to generate $900 million for the local economy.
The cruise people, they love it. They are looking to come down. They want to take something that's some sort of connection to the Pacific Northwest, to their trip here.
In Seattle.
There are some concerns about the recent health scares. According to the CDC, at least a dozen outbreaks have been documented so far this year on cruise ships, mostly from norovirus. Officials with the Port of Seattle say they take precautions to help keep visitors safe.
They work with CDC and report any numbers as if they have any significance, and then they also let us know so that we can do, super sanitation of our cruise terminals as well.
Seattle King County Public Health is reporting another positive case of measles in our state. They were alerted to the case of a man last Friday. They say, though, there is minimal risk to the general public. This case is not connected to any prior cases, but this does mark the fourth measles case in Washington, including another man and 2 infants. Local doctors say the best thing that you can do is get your children vaccinated.
Well, so the first recommended vaccine is at 12 months and the second one is at 4 to 6 years, but you can get that extra vaccine from 6 to 11 months if you're going to be traveling internationally.
A person without the vaccine is 35 times more likely to get the measles than someone with the shot. The CDC says there are 712 confirmed measles cases across 24 states, the highest since 2019. Let's get to a traffic alert to tell you about tonight. Crews are setting girders for a new overpass at Stillicum-DuPont Road. Both directions of I-5 going to be down to one lane starting through tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. That one lane will detour up and over the Stillicum-DuPont Road off and on ramps. Law enforcement will be there to assist, and WashDOT says plan for an extra hour of travel. The state Senate has voted to change a House bill that would have capped annual rent increases at 7%. Instead, the bill now has a cap increased to 10% plus the consumer price index. The Senate also approved an amendment that exempts single-family homes if they're not owned by a corporation. The bill now heads back to the House. The House and Senate will have to agree on the amendments before it would go to the governor for his signature. Another Seattle fixture closing shop. We have learned today that one of Seattle's oldest restaurants, the Virginia Inn, is closing its doors after an historic 122-year run. In a post on social media, the Virginia Inn says its lease has been terminated by their landlord, Pike Place Market PDA, due to failed negotiations for an equitable lease. The inn says the closure affects over 20 staff members. It's set to close its doors permanently on April 27th.
They left together, they left without suffering, and they left with a smile on their faces.
The brother of a woman killed in this week's helicopter crash in New York City said his sister and her family died peacefully. It is one of several stories making headlines today. Joanne Camrubi dropped off flowers for his sister Mercy, her husband Augustine Escobar, and their 3 children. The couple were both executives at the tech company Siemens. They were visiting the city from Spain when their helicopter crashed into the Hudson River. This was Thursday. All 5 killed, along with their pilot, Sean Johnson. Federal investigators are now conducting a wreckage exam of the engine and other components that have been recovered. New details are emerging in the case of the Wisconsin teen accused of killing his mother and stepfather earlier this year. Newly unsealed federal records show the murders were part of a much larger plot, which allegedly included overthrowing the government and assassinating President Trump. Court documents say 17-year-old Nikita Kasop killed his parents inside their home back on February 11th and stayed inside the house with their bodies for 12 days. He was arrested in Kansas weeks later with his stepfather's car, a gun, and $14,000. A federal warrant says he planned to use that money to fund a plan to assassinate the president. The Trump administration now excluding smartphones, computers, and other electronic imports from tariffs imposed last week. U.S. Customs and Border Protection posted a list of nearly 24 products late last night. They include computer chips, flash drives, and other products largely produced in China now, which is under duties of 145%. In a statement Saturday, the White House said President Trump is still committed to seeing these products made domestically. The first round of indirect talks between the U.S. and Iran ended in Oman today. The country's foreign minister mediated the discussions between U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Iran's foreign minister. In a statement, the Iranian diplomat says the two sides agree to continue talks next Saturday about lifting U.S. sanctions on Iran and also about limiting Iran's nuclear capabilities. The White House is describing those discussions as constructive and calling it a step forward in achieving a mutually beneficial outcome. Live now to T-Mobile Park we go, where the Mariners now lead the Texas Rangers 2-0 in this weekend series. An incredible third inning helped seal the deal with 4 runs scored in that inning alone. Later in the 5th, Cal Raleigh knocked it out of the park to increase the lead to 5. That's back-to-back jacks. They put 4 more on the board. Final score 9-2. Lots of offense here. The M's going to try to get the sweep when they face off against Texas again tomorrow afternoon. Hockey season winding down, and the boys are hoping to end ended on a high note. The final buzzer sounding about just 20 minutes ago. This barn burner heads to a shootout tied at 3 apiece. And even then, neither team could take the advantage. It took all the way until the 7th round for the Kraken to take the lead. Final score here, 4-3. They've got one more game Tuesday against the Kings. We're gearing up for big coverage Monday of the WNBA draft. The Seattle Storm has the second pick overall in the draft. Our live coverage is going to begin at 5 a.m. on KOMO News Monday morning. We'll be live inside the Storm's Performance Center. The Storm's Chief Operating Officer and Chief Marketing Officer join us between 5 and 7 with a behind-the-scenes look at what's at stake in this year's draft and what's new for fans heading to Storm games. Our live coverage will continue on ARC Seattle on CW starting at 7 a.m. Then at 3:30, join Sports Director Nico Tamurian. He's going to be live at the Storm's big draft watch party. KOMO and ARC Seattle on CW are the new home of the Seattle Storm. 33 games on the CW, 13 here on KOMO, with ABC airing the big game between the Storm and Indiana Fever, again, right here on KOMO, that game in August. You still have one more day to enjoy the cherry blossoms and the Japanese Cultural Festival at the Seattle Center. It is the latest event for the Center's Festal series. The festival highlights traditional and contemporary Japanese art, technology, as well as culture. It lasts from 11 to 5 tomorrow. Another telltale sign that spring is here. It's tulip time. I love this shot. This view from above Tulip Town in Mount Vernon, courtesy of the KOMO 4 drone and photographer Matt Landers. Well done. Tulip Town, open rain or shine Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. and Friday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. All right, Stella, I know you made it to Tulip Town early in the season. Seems like any of the next 7 days is going to be a good day to get there.
Yeah, I definitely think the better days will be tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. There are slight chances for rain, but I do think most areas will stay dry. But basically every day this week, you can head up to the Skagit Valley and enjoy the tulips, or hey, maybe you can stay local as well. We've got all the beautiful flowers blooming all across Western Washington. Let's show you this great photo that we got in this evening of the April pink moon. We do have a little bit of cloud cover out there, but you will be able to see the moon peeking through, and you can see just the beautiful hues of that pink coloring that we're seeing. We've still got some spotty leftover showers, more so towards the South Sound, but we're really starting to dry things out. And as we start to see conditions clear, well, that's going to allow temperatures to cool, and some frost will be forming in the overnight hours. So we're talking along our foothill communities near the river valleys, but we are serving up that sunshine this week. It's going to be absolute stunner. If you prefer the sunshine, satellite and radar right now, you can see just really light radar returns. We've got some high pressure getting its act together, and what that means for us is dry weather, and yes, El Sol is going to be in abundance. So if you liked today, you're going to like tomorrow. Temperatures will even be warmer. We're talking in the low 60s, upper 50s for most areas. Dialing up those digits as we look ahead towards Monday, in the mid to upper 60s for most areas across Western Washington. And then Tuesday, we'll drop the temperature just a little bit, and that is thanks to some more cloud cover as well as a weak disturbance that's going to be rolling through, but really spotty light showers along the border here for between Washington and Canada and along the Olympic Peninsula, and then again on Wednesday evening. But I do think most areas will stay dry. We're talking trace amounts of rain, maybe a quarter of an inch of rain at most. Very splash and dash shower activity that we're expecting with these weak disturbances rolling through. So most areas have already cooled off into the low 40s through Everett towards Olympia. Tacoma still holding steady at 51 degrees and 48 here in Seattle. But as we move deeper into the evening, yeah, frost could be forming tonight and tomorrow AM. So this is a good time to cover some of your tender plants and vegetation. If you live in Western Whatcom County, some of our Cascade foothills, some of our River Valley communities down towards the South Sound and Thurston County, Mason County, as well as the Southwest interior along Lake Crescent and the 101 there towards the Olympic Peninsula. So low temperatures, we've got some 30s here up on the board at freezing in Olympia, Centralia, as well as Shelton, and seeing those temperatures just above that freezing mark towards Tacoma and in the South Sound. 38 though here in Seattle. Sunrise tomorrow, 6:24 a.m. Partly cloudy conditions, light winds. Temperatures will be hovering in the middle 50s by lunchtime, and then 7:56 is your sunset. So you've got plenty of time to go out and enjoy it, though your allergies might be bothering you. Tree pollen will be very high, and grass pollen as well will will be moderate, so be sure to pack some of the tissues with you. Daytime highs tomorrow, a few degrees warmer than what we saw today. Low 60s through Bremerton, Seattle, towards the South Sound as well. In the upper 50s in Everett and in Bellingham. Your 7-day forecast serving up sunshine as advertised. Even warmer tomorrow and warming even more so on Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, those weak disturbances that will be rolling through as we welcome in our first 8 p.m. sunset. That's going to be Wednesday. And then for Good Friday and into Easter weekend, Michelle, for the most part, we'll see decent weather, a small chance for rain Easter Sunday, but I think most areas will stay dry.
Wow, 70 degrees on Friday and 8 p.m. sunsets on Wednesday. Can't get much better than that.
Exactly.
Thank you, Stella. Before we go, visitors got to say hello to the newest resident of the Woodland Park Zoo. We wanted to show off, too. This is baby sloth bear cub Bowie. He's been introduced to her outdoor habitat at the zoo. She's a she, not a he. Bowie was born January 8th, the same day as her namesake music legend, David Bowie. Since then, she has been inside her indoor habitat with Mom. Oh, she is so cute. You can see Bowie at the zoo now, although I have to caution you, it is very dependent on the weather, Stella, and Bowie's napping schedule. I feel you, Bowie, I really do. We can check in with Major Tom, I think, to ground control.
Oh, yeah.
We'll know if she's sleeping or not. Remember, the news always on at KOMOnews.com, and don't forget to join us for KOMO Morning News. Good night from us.
Have a good evening.